Hi everyone, this is Dr. Jane, and I am here with another episode of A Planet Among the Stars. And today I will be talking to you about the upcoming new moon, which is this coming Sunday in the sign of Pisces. So we are about to transition into Pisces, and I will be making a separate video that details Pisces energy a little bit more coming up, but for now, I actually wanted to talk about this new moon because its energy is already very present with us in the lead up to its culmination. And there are actually a couple other really interesting things going on with the planets that are combining to add particular nuances to this new moon that I think could be really helpful for people to have awareness of. When we're in the lead up to the new moon. So I wanted to get this one out before I talked necessarily about Pisces in great detail. The sun does move into Pisces also on Sunday. There's actually a lot happening in the skies on Sunday. So let's talk a little bit first just about the new moon, remembering that new moons in general are really good times for releasing, resetting, looking within, getting quiet and still, and for setting intentions. In particular, what seeds do you want to plant for both the upcoming moon cycle, but also for the next 6 months until the full moon in Pisces, which will be in when the sun is in Virgo, so the end of August or early September. So, so this is really about, new moons are really about looking forward and letting go of what you don't want to carry with you, and setting intentions and planting seeds and being intentional with our actions and our thoughts and our words for what we do want to then bring in that space, because when we let go, we create space for something new. So that's just new moons in general. And so Pisces, the energy of Pisces is a very soft energy. It's the mutable water sign. And it's also the last sign of the zodiac. So it's the oldest sign. There's a lot of wisdom in Pisces, but it is also a very emotional sign. So, Pisces can be, sometimes I think of it as, the bottom of the ocean. Its symbol is the fishes, and it's the only open water creature that is a water sign symbol. So the other symbols are Scorpion for Scorpio and Crab for Cancer, and both of those are at best tidal area animals, but Pisces swims in the deep. So this is accurate in terms of also the fact that Pisces energy has the ability to bring up really deep stuff. Stuff that we've really pushed down, covered over with plenty of layers. And so this can sometimes be a challenge for us, because it's not just going to necessarily bring it up mentally, but Pisces works in the heart. And so it's going to be really felt. There are going to be big feelings around any of the moons that involve Pisces. And so I think, I've been talking with some people over the course of the day to day as this energy has opened, and definitely people are feeling it. And this is going to be augmented a little bit by some other stuff that's going on in the sky. So a couple things are happening. Venus is nearing her end of transit through Pisces. And so Venus is, during her transit through Pisces, she was really asking us to connect with our hearts, right? And to feel but in particular in our relationships and seeing, what is it that is holding us back in love, and loving ourselves and abundance, but also love of each other. And so, and also really kind of calling up, you know, the Piscean energy is a really, really good time to, like I said, dig deep and see what is way under the surface. And so, when Venus is transiting through Pisces, a lot of that stuff that's holding us back in the areas that Venus masters is really going to come up. And so Venus is ending that transit. So whatever we've been trying to not listen to in that area is going to be really powerful right now, especially because she just came into a conjunct aspect with Neptune. And so Neptune is the planet of illusion. So Venus and Neptune right now are sitting together in Pisces. And what that's going to really show us is, if we have not been looking at this before now, we are going to be really shown how our illusions are coming into play in how we are in love. Not just love, or not just illusions around or in relationships, but illusions that we hold about ourselves in relationships. Again, kind of bringing that illumination to the things that we maybe haven't been letting ourselves look at or own or acknowledge about ourselves. The Venus-Neptune combo is really going to blast open all of our illusions of ourself and of other people that come to affect our relationships with love, finance, abundance, pleasure, and all of those areas. And generally, it can feel pretty uncomfortable to have illusions just blasted off, because we were holding on to them for a reason, right? Nobody's like holding on to an illusion they don't want to be true. That's not how illusions work. So, that can be pretty uncomfortable to have that combination of Neptune and Venus together in Pisces, really illuminating the illusions we're holding in those relationships with love and money and our bodies, and all the areas that Venus is master of. Right? And then to add to that, today, Saturn and the Sun are conjunct in Aquarius. The Sun is almost out of Aquarius, and actually Saturn is almost out of Aquarius too. But the Sun is sitting on top of Saturn right now, and the Sun, remember, is like the beacon of light. So the Sun is basically putting Saturn like on blast. Okay, so Saturn is the planet of responsibility, restriction, karma. So if there's been anything you've been avoiding taking ownership of, or any responsibilities you've been avoiding, any appointments you've been needing to make and keep, any actions you've been needing to take, the Sun is going to really put that energy on blast right now with Saturn, and it can feel really heavy. So, especially the combination of the really emotional new moon energy, the Venus-Neptune conjunction energy, and then that Saturn responsibility energy. It can feel really super heavy. So that's okay. Be aware that is a thing. And if you're feeling that heaviness today and that weight today, know that it will pass, but also know that there's something to use it for. And so one of the things that can alleviate that is, if there has been something you've been avoiding, conversation you've been avoiding having, work you've been avoiding doing, appointments you've been avoiding making, actions you've been avoiding taking that you need to do, honestly, the best antidote today with the way these energies are combining is going to be to take some level of action on that thing. call the car insurance or answer the email or make the appointment or whatever it is, have that conversation with whoever it is that you've been avoiding. It's actually going to make you feel a lot better than falling further into avoidance, because avoidance is an illusion in and of itself. So that energy is really not available to us today, and leading into this new moon. And then additionally, just be really present with what's coming up for you, because it's important stuff. And whatever it is that's coming up is something that's probably been affecting you from behind the scenes and, affecting your life for a long time. And holding you back. And so, this is actually really a great opportunity to be aware and bring awareness to whatever it is that is coming up for you. And that's the only way that you can then change. Right? And that's the blessing of the new moon. And what new moons do for us is they give us the opportunity to change course. So you can take this data that you've been given and that you're receiving from your heart, and you can say, okay, well, now you are prepared for what you are ready to let go of at the new moon and what you are ready to bring in at the new moon, right? So this particular conjunction of planets with Venus and Neptune blasting illusions around love and self and abundance in our lives, and Sun and Saturn calling us out on our responsibilities, is actually a really great opportunity to honestly identify what do we need to let go of during this new moon and what do we want to bring in and build in our lives for the next 6 months, and set those intentions at the new moon on Sunday. So, it's okay if you're feeling the burn a little bit. We're all there, but it is a really powerful opportunity to really enhance your new moon practice. This particular new moon is very watery. Bringing fire in is a great idea. You can do a burning ritual to release, obviously practicing fire safety, but fire is a great element to bring in to kind of counterbalance some of this wateriness. And on Sunday, actually, Venus moves into Aries, timed with the new moon, and Aries is the sign of new beginnings. So that's a great opportunity for you to then really feel that energy of letting go of the lessons that Venus and Pisces has really been bringing to your heart, and instead, stepping into that Aries energy in Venus, really ready to try something new and have a new beginning, bringing a little bit of fire energy in to help with the releasing and the transforming. If you can't use fire itself, exercise is a great strategy. Movement of your body is moving fire through Earth. So cardiovascular exercise in particular, the circulatory system is associated with the element of fire. And anything that also brings joy is going to be really in alignment with Venus in Aries. Dancing, any kind of aerobic exercise there is a great way to move the energy for this new moon, and focusing your intention while you're doing it. As you go running or as you're moving your body, keeping your intention on what it is you're letting go of and what it is you want to bring in. So there are great ways to use, that kind of energy for this new moon. And additionally, also not forgetting to honor yourself and coming to stillness a little bit as well. So playing with that interplay of movement when you need movement to move the energy, but not using it as avoidance. And meditation on the new moon is a really great strategy as well. So we are doing meditation actually on the new moon with me and Avalon Rises. And I'll put the sign up link to that in the information to this video as well. It's on Zoom, so anybody can join. But so these are just some of the strategies to work with this Pisces new moon and these particular planetary conjunctions. It is probably feeling pretty emotional for a lot of people, and just know that that's okay. Emotions are communication from your soul. And so just do your best to listen and honor what is being said, and then you can decide how to best move forward based off of that, intel, that information. So I hope this has been helpful, and I hopefully will see some of you in meditation on Sunday, and I hope you have a great day.